Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Now, welcome again to Coding Academy. Now, we are going to deal with the lesson 6 that deals with the files that we are going to connect it to our HTML file. Hope this lesson will be suitable for the beginners on HTML. It is so simple, just follow step by step, like we have been talking about. Come back to your file again, open it and go to show options. Come to open with VS Code Studio. Yes, lesson 6. We can remove it because due to the technical problem, I was not able to save it with very well understandable things. I'm going to remove it so we may recreate it again, because the video that I produced was so simple and not viable. Now I'm going to use everything that we learned. I was talking about in that video. The computer was with the problem that it was switched due to the lost current. I can say like that, lost current, the the absence of the electricity. Yes, I can say like that. And now I'm going to deal with it. So don't hesitate with this problem. Don't fear like you've been disguised. I'm going to recreate it simple and you will follow along everything. So without hesitating, let's come again to our file here and then create the lesson 6 like this, and create lesson 6.html, and it is the one that we are going to use in connection with another files that is outside. So by adding something, as I have said before, if you don't have this extension within your VS Code Studio Live server, you can't open anything. You can't open anything of HTML through VS Code Studio to your browser easily. Anything that is that you don't, in case you don't have this live server, you cannot open it. So you must install it and follow the past courses so that you may follow us along with those who have already completed the part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4 of this section to part 5, and now we are going to deal with part 6. So again, come here to files, and then to put the base there. The base is just the hierarchy on which you are going to follow while writing the codes of HTML. So come here, shift exclamation, and when emit abbreviation appears, just click enter to see the base of HTML. As I have said, the language is English. UTF is it show the version of the HTML. The width of that file must be equal to the device width. Don't lose don't feel somehow not way. This is so simple. So as I have said before, I'm going to deal with external files that we are going to add to this HTML. How we'll be able to add the files on HTML. So there is many files that you can add it to HTML, but few of them will be dealing with only CSS and JavaScript for beginners. And now I'm not going deep in JavaScript or in CSS, is just to show you how we can put files within a HTML. So the first part is how we can add a file of CSS cascading style sheet that is capable of coloring the element, or give the color to the element, making responsive responsiveness of the website, controlling everything within HTML file with simple codes that will be lighting. So this is the course for beginner. Don't hesitate. No further complications. We are going to start. So you come here. For example, we want to write, for example, the heading 1, which is the biggest among the headings, and I have the reason about it. You must check the reason 1 or reason 2. Reason 1, you will find everything that is inside there. And the reason 6, now we are going to join the files, to put together the files within a same HTML. For example, on this heading we will say hello world. Control S. If you want to open it in the browser, you do just right click and then come here, open it with live server, or you come together and combine these 3 keys on your keyboard, Control Alt P, Control Alt P, and then you open it. As you can see, hello world is displayed here. Don't be confused about this simple icon of the image. This is the localhost that I have installed within my computer that enables me to open the files very quickly and easy. So this is just GIMP software. You will download it and I will talk it about later. And then come back to your file. Let's say that we want the title of our document to be linking. Control S. When you come here, you will see that instead of seeing the document, now we have linking. And this linking, normally it's when you see a name of the website, the name of the website is displayed here, and when the title of that HTML is changed, it is just the name of the browser, and the link that is here, it is to indicate the location or the location, the address of that website within the hosts, local hosts. So you come again. We are now going to linking file. There is the inline styling. Inline styling, that is to say, we'll be adding styles within HTML. So to do it, you come here and create the element that is called style. This element, which is called the style, is here. It is pressed inside the head of the HTML. The HTML, you see, inside the head. This style element, it is the one in which CSS codes or cascading style sheet code is pressed in. The cascading style sheet, it is the codes that changes the appearance of the element within the web browser. So, for example, we wanted to change the color of our header. You come here and write header like that, and then don't forget braces. Put their braces, and inside the braces you put the codes that will change the appearance of this header on our browser. So I'm going to change it. You come here, you say I want the color of that header to be, for example, let's say teal, like this. Control S to save, Control plus S to save. Then when you come to the browser, you can see it is already changed. And when you want to change the size of this, you come and say the font size must be, for example, double large. You will see how it is now large. Yes. And you can even change also and say that you want it to be, for example, 34 pixels. to be with that size of pixels, and you see it have already changed, or you may change it to 100. It is also possible. You see it is changed. What is a pixel? The pixels is the computer made size that indicates the size of the appearance or the size of something that will be displayed upon the browser. The simplest house, the simplest house, or the simplest box that made this letter, you can see this simple letter, the pixel, the size of its size is 100 in length, and in width it may be like 90, but it works together. So to make the appearance of this hello world like we wanted, to have the largest appearance within the browser. So when you come here, you may change also the font family. It is just it gives the appearance of different forms, like the different forms, like you may write in italic, you may write in this Korea, and you can see there are many Korea reciters, Segueta, Homer, Times New Roman, Triberage. For example, you can click here, enter, Control S to save. You can see the combination of these fonts. They will give this thing that you are looking before you in this browser. So as you can see, there is inline, there is a style that is pressed inside the head. It is also useful. There is another style which is called inline style. For example, we delete that color. Inline style, we come here on the header and say style will be like this, and you want the color to be for example, blue, like that. Control S to save, and when you get there, you see it is already changed to blue. Hello world blue. Yes, there is a style that is pressed. This style element is pressed inside the header, and it covers. It is the element that contains the entire code that changes the appearance of the HTML element within the browser. Also, there is the other way to write it, that is called inline style. Inline style, you can see inline style that is pressed inside the element itself, and also changes the appearance of that element on the browser. You can come again and add more, and you say, for example, a text style text style text decoration. For example, I wanted to put the simple declaration on this text, and I will put, for example, the line at over. You can say I want a dashed line, dotted line, double lines, either to the down of that line through that is passing through the text, none, or the line that is over, a line that is solid, that is, say, a simple horizontal line, and underline, or you can say that I want wave line. That is to say, let's just add underline, and you can see Control S to save, and when you get there, you can see now the underline is pressed there. So the inline element also is capable of changing the appearance of the the appearance of the element on the browser. So when you continue, you see CSS inline style should not be used. Move style to the external CSS file. This is to say that there is another way that you can add a CSS file or CSS style within this HTML. To say there is the possible way to add this CSS file, that that is to say that there is also the way you can create a file and you name it CSS, which is cascading style sheet, and it is capable to control each and every element that is added to HTML. So you come again, simple, and you want to create the file that will be controlling something that you are going to add there, and remove this inline style. We can let it here, and we create another element that will be controlled by the external file instead of being controlled by this style element that is inside or inline style. For example, I will create header 2, and I say this is coding techniques. Techniques like that. Now let's say ways ways like that. Control S to save, and you can see the appearance of the this simple header 2. And let us change the font size of that header, and say that the first header, and say you want it to have like 20 pixel. Control S to save, and now you can see as a header goes, or it changes you can see a simple trick that is to say that the font size also can be changed to the smallest comparable to the size of the header, and become more small. And you see header 2 is greater than header 1. That is because the font size that we use it is so smaller than the way it is. And you can even comment it like this. You just click control forward slash like that. When you control S to save, you will find that the font is just the same as the first one that we had, but due to the fact that we have changed the font family, the text will appear like this, and there is no problem. So now we are going to use the external file to change this simple heading 2. You come here and create lesson 6 .css, which is the cascading style sheet, and then you can see, just grab it and come here and put it there. This is the capability, this is the ability of this VS Code Studio to just grab something and press it somewhere in the other space, and it will show it. You can come here and say that I want it to be pressed here, but there's no other problem. So we want now to style our header 2 using external file. When you come here and just write header 2 and say color is like, for example, green, font family, and they say font family you want it to be Sagetta Homer like that. And when you want to change for example font size, you want it to be like 4 pixels, control S, and it is capable, and you can use percent. You can see You can use percent capital, ch, centimeters, CQB, CA, and you can see there is a range of things that you can use: device height, device width, emphasis, x, fraction. There is very large quantity of sizes that you can use inside this inside this font size, or css file size. So you came here and it just write pixels, and when you come here, when you come here, there is nothing that changed. What is the problem? What is happening here? That is a very crucial problem, and I'm going to solve it now. So to make it so simple, or to make it connect to the HTML file, you come here inside the header. There's no problem that this style element will have any problem with this external file. There's no problem. It will be there and it will still control the same thing. It can work inline. This style element can work inline, you see, we inside the HTML, and it can work inline within HTML element. Also outside, there is a way we can control this HTML element using the external file, which is called this lesson 6 cascading style sheet, or CSS. So you come here below and you just create a link which is used in relation to connect the style sheet to. Now we are going to add that file. You just type lesson, and you can see you come here and choose lesson 6 CSS, which will connect automatically that simple CSS to this HTML file. You just click enter and Ctrl S to save, and when you go there, it is automatically changed. This is how external file also works. So now we are going on the next level of adding also the JavaScript within same HTML file. How we'll be able to do that? I have seen that we can add the external file CSS or cascading file within HTML, and now we are going also to add a JavaScript file or a JavaScript within this lesson 6 HTML or hypertext markup language. So you come here again, how to add there a JavaScript inside HTML file. To add the JavaScript there, you come to the end. If everything is added inside HTML, there is nothing that must be followed by, that must follow when you have already added this JavaScript inside a HTML. That is to say, the HTML element that targets JavaScript is script, like that. Below this, there is no other element that can be added there. When you add it there, there is no appearance of JavaScript inside your file. There will be no supply of JavaScript inside your file. When you add something that below that script file, that this last tag of JavaScript, when you add something that below it, and you come here just to say I want header, and you say hello world, this is just the reason that you are, this is just the mistakes that you are making, because when you add something here like this and you add here a header, the JavaScript inside the HTML will not appear, will not function inside the HTML file. So you just delete it like that and come here again inside the script and say I want to add there a script. For example, let's write a simple thing. Let's say alert hello 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 world. Don't have any further problem. This is just to show you where the things we must be pressed. I will be talking about JavaScript later. I will create the beginners tutorial that will help you forward to introduce you or to put you into JavaScript, like I'm creating this course of HTML. So when you control S to save, the alert will bring the dockable box at the top of the browser, and this dockable box will contain either to close it, it will contain the close it, eh? And then you just close it or just okay to continue. So when you say alert, that is to say you want to display some more information. For example, when you we save that, we see that hello world JavaScript have loaded something inside this and say okay, you can see. And when you add something below, like you want to add header 3 and say hello world, you can see there will be something of mistake that will be there. It will happen, but you can see your JavaScript is inside and it seems so shabby. So JavaScript must be pressed at the very end. So you do like that, Control S to save again, and you can see hello world again, and then you come here to HTML file. It is possible that inside JavaScript or inside the HTML file also we can take this this script element at the above. That is to say we can take also this script Control X, or let us just comment it so that it may not cause problem. Control S to save, and now you can see it cannot work. And the other way to put the script inside the HTML file, you come here inside the header, and you come to the very end of everything that must be pressed inside the head. Like you can add more style sheet, like you can add another style sheet, and you say like hello dot css, and you add more and more and more style sheets like the way you want, because you have it may control, that one may control the boxes, other may control the tables, other may control every css that you can add there. But the script style, the script element must be pressed below. Delete it. But JavaScript element must be pressed below everything, also inside the head. That is to say, at the very end of this style element, we can put there script. You can see, and we just write there. All right, hello world. Control S to say save, and now you can see. Okay, now it is working like it must. So now we are going to connect this script, this simple script to this file. How we'll be able to add a script. how we can add the script here with external file. For example, we have the external file, simple external file of JavaScript must be connected to this HTML lesson 6 HTML. How we'll be able to add it? So there is no further problem. You come here and you can comment this also, like this, Control S to save. Then you come also to very end again, and you click. When we comment something, there is no functionality, it will not even function on this HTML. You come again and create the script file, and inside the script at the top, the first tag, you add a there crc or source, and you put it there. Then you come here and create another file like lesson 6 lesson 06.js, which is JavaScript. And you see, when you click enter, you see lesson 6. For example, it has hide this file like that, and it take this to be like here, and you see the HTML is visible, JavaScript is visible, and the CSS is visible. So these three files are going to be connected together. The way we reconnect it is to come again here, and inside HTML we will put there the source will be lesson 6g GS, which is JavaScript. Control S to save. Then you come here and you say, all right, hello world. Control S to save, and then you come here. You can see also it is working. It is working like it must be. You can come here and add another simple code. You can say read simple number equal to 12, and you come here again, you say rate new number, caps lock new number, no, you can say new caps lock number equal to the number times 2, and then inside browser we want it to cancel the log. It will be I will show you how it will appear, and say console that log new number, like that. As you can see, they just hello world, that alert targets the visible part of browser, and they say you wanted to show this simple word to the people who are visiting this website. Okay, but there is another way, there is another part of the browser that debugs or control the calculation, or it shows the useful information of the website to the user. You just come here and just click, right click, and come here to inspect, and when you inspect, you come here to console, and then you can see there is a problem. Typing error, console is not there's a problem on the console. Yeah, that is true. You come here and say console.log, like that. Control S to save. Then you redo this. Okay, and when you do inspection, you can see this console, there's no other problem, and you can see 24, which is the one that we have written here, that our new number will equal to the number, this 12 times the 2. And when you want to disapply it to our HTML, we can even come here and say our age, for example header 4, and say we want ID to be, for example, number, like that. And when we want to write something there to target that ID, which ID is just a word that is used, that is normally used to target the HTML element. You can also use a class, but it is better when you use the ID, which is a very ideal in using in just taking JavaScript to HTML. And you come here and say document dot get element by ID, and you say this ID will be number dot inner HTML will equal to, for example, you add there this simple exclamation mark to add there a string, because you cannot write just the word inside the JavaScript. The word must be pressed there when we first write the string. This is simple to, how can I call this simple, the quotation mark, this simple quotation mark, and inside there we may say our new number is, and then you add there new number, which is like this. Control S to save, and when we come here you also Control S to save, and when you come here there's nothing there, and then you do like this by hello world. There's nothing that is applied here. Go to our new number dot document dot get element by ID dot inner HTML one new number header 4. Just a small problem that I cannot understand by header 4. So as you can see, it is just simple. You added number there, this simple JavaScript, but I will come it later to discussing these IDs and combining them with JavaScript, like there. Yes, and this number that get our new number is the new number. The 12 must be appeared there with this simple word, but there's a technical problem that I'm not able to understand it, but we will discuss it later. So hope you have followed along with this lesson. As you can see, the inspection of this simple, and you can see this simple website is viable and it is useful. You can see it is responsive. You can see them on iPhone Pro. You can see how it will be appearing on for example Samsung Galaxy. You can see it is also working, and I will discuss about this later when I'll be coming through a CSS. So don't hesitate, like, share and comment about some lessons that you didn't understand, and don't forget to download the file of each lesson that will be present on this, on every video, on every content of this video. But if you cannot find on every content, on every description of these videos, you will just check the lesson 1 and you will download the file. So don't hesitate, this is very useful. You're welcome again. Comment, like, share, and don't forget to subscribe. That is a very crucial part to follow this lesson. So hope you are doing well and keep learning, because learning never stops coming. So good day, good day.